You know, when some people say to you, "Hi, how are you?" it's often an empty rhetorical question. You don't really want to hear the answer. And if somebody says, "Not so good," or "Not myself today," are you prepared to stop and listen? We need to start conversations in every Canadian workplace where the question of how someone is has meaning. When most people think about health and safety in the workplace, they tend to talk about steel-toed boots and hernia trusses. But the reality is, in our postmodern economy, many Canadians in the workplace aren't lifting heavy things anymore. What they're valued for is their minds. And we need to do more to protect and promote the health of people's minds in the workplace. Because it's when people get into trouble with their thinking and their feeling that it interferes with their ability to be productive, to be collegial, and to be at their best in terms of their functioning. And the reason I say that is that we know that problems with mental health and even mental illness are rampant in the Canadian workplace. The evidence is very clear. 1 in 5 Canadians every year experiences some form of mental illness. And where do we find most of those Canadians? They're in the workplace. So they're there. You don't have to look for them. They're already there. And their struggles are affecting not only their well-being, but your bottom line. Sometimes people may look at a colleague and say, "Gee, what's happened to Bob? He's gotten awfully lazy. What kind of mistakes is he making? Those aren't typical of Bob." And people become very judgmental. Maybe Bob is struggling with something. Bob hasn't suddenly become stupid at his job, but something has changed. And when those changes occur, it's reasonable to inquire after the mental health of someone, because that's what erodes somebody's functioning in the workplace. When problems with mental health affect your ability to concentrate, to remember, to feel motivated, to pay attention, those things manifest in a change in your work performance. So it's worth going after those problems if you think they may exist, because it's going to affect not only how your company functions, but how your employee feels about himself and his place in your workplace.